Okay. That didn't start out. Bodhi, stop. I'm stressed enough. Take 2, 3. Fuck. Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, dropping a bomb today. This is a big video for me. So anyway, let's just get on into the things. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we usually take a look at the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful, so if you're down with that, join the family here. We'd love to have you. And in addition to subscribing and clicking that notification bell, you can become a member of the Perk Squad if you would like 5 extra perks, including extra video content and shout outs in my videos like this one. Shout out to you, Bree Bree. Is that how you say it? BRIBRY? Bree Bree? I hope I'm saying it right, please, Lord. Shout out to you. I know you're a new member here at the Perk Squad. Very happy to have you here. Thank you for joining. Big hugs to you and shout out to you, Bree Bree. Awesome. So, let's get into this. Of course, I wrote sticky notes because sticky notes. This is what I do. But I keep trying to start this video and say stuff and then it sounds stupid, so I try to start the video over and say stuff and then it sounds stupid, and so I've just figured all of this is probably gonna, just be unpolished and probably gonna sound like I'm all over the place. Just bear with me. I'm trying. This, for whatever reason, is a harder one for me to do. I don't know. This is just not easy for me. So, anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into this. As most of y'all know, and yes, Penelope matching mama. So, as most of y'all know, my dad is not doing so hot. He is 76, going to be 77 in November. And we went through a whole thing the last 2 weeks with ER visits and then getting admitted to the hospital and all of this stuff. And the long story short is we found out that he has leukemia, AML type, and so we're battling cancer now in my immediate family. And for a lot of y'all who may or may not have known, my dad is one of my favorite people in this world. I'm a daddy's girl through and through. He's always been one of my favorite people. And in fact, one of the first ways in my life that I found out I had anxiety and OCD and panic related issues and things like that was when I was a very, very young kid waking up in the middle of the night with panic attacks about daddy dying or things like that. And I have had obsessions and compulsions throughout my life related to thoughts of him passing away and things like that. Trigger warning for people who can't deal with this stuff. Just go ahead and click out if you can't deal with these conversations. I apologize of just getting right into it, I guess. So this is just one of those things that for me is now the nightmare is finally here. That conversation is right up in our face, right upon us. The nightmare is already here. So I have not been doing so great the last 2 weeks. Could be better, could be worse, and there's just been a lot to go through my mind and a lot to consider. These kinds of situations make people take into account everything going on, and they have to streamline, they have to simplify, they have to make decisions. Your perspectives change, a lot of things get different. So basically, my dad is at a point right now where he is currently what they consider transfusion dependent. And for him, that means if he doesn't get blood transfusions and platelets every 3 days or so, his body can't do it by himself. So guess what that means? He's also, as of today, starting his first round of chemo treatments. So we don't know how his body's going to be reacting to that. And we don't know what he's going to need from us through that. For people who don't know how much time this takes, this is something where you go to a clinic and get your blood drawn on a Monday, and they tell you if your levels are such that you need to go drive to an infusion clinic and get blood and platelets. And if so, you go there and you sit there a few hours to get that done after you just sat there for a few hours to get your blood drawn and ran. Then there'll be the next day, Tuesday. We go to the oncology clinic and we do some chemo treatments. So here we are there doing treatments. And if they feel like we need blood and platelets, then it's on to the infusion clinic from there for blood and platelets. And you wait those hours and then you rinse, repeat for Wednesday. And so you can see how this is not a one-person job. This is not a one person as a caretaker and drives him to these appointments and does these things and waits these hours and comes home and rinse, repeat the next day. This is not that. This is all right, y'all, it takes a village. Who all's ready? Who all's able? Who all has the time to assist and pitch in wherever we need? The house stuff is going to be needing taken care of. He's going to need meals made when he can't cook that for himself. They're going to need to go to the grocery store. My dad used to do all the driving for him and my mom because my mom has cataracts and can't drive. And so it's like, my gosh, y'all, it just becomes a lot. I know I'm rambling. Like I said, I've already tried filming this video a handful of times. There's no good, smooth, right way to do this. Forgive the rambling. If you were going through something like this, you would ramble too and not be super articulate and to the point. So, but this is just a lot of time, a lot of effort. Got to take them to the grocery store. Got to, there's so much to do. And so it's my mom and me, my twin sister Alma that y'all know, and then we have an older brother, us 3 kids, and mama trying to work on all of this together. And it's just a lot. And there comes a time for some people, and unfortunately I'm in one of those situations where you get into a situation where you think, okay, either I make myself have enough time to help my dad in what could be the last stages of things, or I keep doing what I'm doing, which is working several jobs so that I can, support myself and keep a roof over my head. And it feels like times like this where we can't do both. And it's like, holy crap, what the fuck are you supposed to do when you feel like you can't do both? When you feel like you have to have time off to help your dad, one of your favorite people in the whole world, or you have to say, I can't not work all these jobs. I have to work all these jobs, so I guess I can't, have time to take off for you. And you've kind of got to pick. And that's a really shitty thing to have to pick through. And I'm not going to get emotional. It has been emotional. This is an emotional journey. So what I have had to decide was, out of my various jobs, this YouTube job is the least paying, obviously. any YouTuber can tell you, and I'm a teeny itty bitty baby one, that this kind of thing doesn't pay the bills. It's a great hobby type of thing. It's not super great for like full-time job type status. It's full-time work without the full-time pay. So this has the least amount that it provides me, so it makes the most sense if I were to stick with other jobs and ditch this one. However, I have been praying on this like, you don't even want to know how much I've been praying on this. I've been seeking help from loved ones, from other intuitive folks, from me meditating and trying to pull inward and resonate what I feel about this in my body, what I think. I've talked to people who are more logical. I've talked to people who are more spiritual. I've talked to people who are super, emotional and does things by their gut instincts and stuff like that. I've talked to a lot of different people, and I've done a lot of things within myself to try to figure out what to do here. And every step of the way, I get guided by spirit that I'm still meant to be doing this stuff, this tarot stuff, and helping people in private readings, and helping people with the Reiki energy healing, and doing some videos, whatever kind of way that I end up, doing and stuff like that. I keep getting led by spirit that I'm still meant to do this, even if this is not like the paying job compared to the other ones that I have. And so I had to make the decision earlier to quit a different one. So I have quit one of my jobs. I have officially, formally, completely quit one of my jobs. I want to have enough time to help with family circumstances, and I don't want to go against what I feel like spirit is leading me to do here in this community. But y'all, it's fucking scary to just quit a stream of income that was a higher stream of income than what this is, and knowing you're not guaranteed to make it from month to month to month. You're not guaranteed to make it. And so this is really nerve-wracking, but I had to tell myself, if I hadn't done this, what happens if things go downhill fast with my dad and I realize, I wasn't there with him. I wasn't there for him. I wasn't able to have the time to do what I needed to do there because I was work. I would be so pissed at myself. I'd have to live with that for the rest of my existence, and I cannot do that. But I am not the type to just put myself in a situation where I don't know if I'm financially going to be okay. I'm not used to that either. I'm always been very independent. I've always been the person that, I've bought my own house twice now, bought one way back in the day, sold it, bought another one that I'm in now. Like I take care of myself. I've been the breadwinner in some of my relationships in the past. I do what I got to do. I'm an independent person. And so this is terrifying to just stop one and leave this up into the air for however it's going to go. And I'm at the mercy of whether all of this works out or doesn't work out. And I just get to go by faith. I have private sessions with people where I talk to them about this very type of thing, and they have to go through this moment too, and it's scary for them. And so I always empathize with that. And now I'm here too. So that's the decision I have made. I have formally quit a job that had a very stable salary. I mean, I wasn't making like triple digits or anything, but it was very stable. And I'm taking a leap of faith here that between this and the other side of what I'm doing, that all of this will be enough to to keep me free enough time-wise to be able to focus on helping my family, but keep me supplied enough financially that I can at least do, my bare basics. And so we're going on faith here, y'all. We're going on faith. This was not easy for me. And I don't make this decision lightly. And I'm just letting y'all know, because I'm at a point where I'm having to make big decisions like this. It just feels like these types of decisions can affect or impact or influence how things go with the channel, how much time and energy I have to devote to it, what I'm doing versus can't do versus will try to do versus whatever. There's a lot of potential change and flux here because we're going day by day right now. I can't make plans that are far off in the future, super advanced right now, because we're living day by day. One day daddy's fine, the next day he looks like death and we have to call an ambulance. It's like one day things are fine, the next day it's like, oh, you do need more platelets after all, so spend some more time in here. We don't know what's gonna happen, and I want to be available for whatever I can, however I can be helpful. And so this has been something that has been on my mind for a minute here, and just wanted to share it with y'all for full transparency so that y'all are on board. Y'all know where I'm at here. And my hope is that this means I can continue to do the same amount of content and the same amount of private sessions. In fact, I hope to be able to do more of these things, because I'm going to need to make sure I'm keeping the roof over my head. But just know that I'm going day by day and that I can't make any long-term promises about this. And I'm so grateful that so many of you seem to be understanding of that and flexible with that, and that you can really empathize with the uniqueness of a situation like this and the types of things that it brings into people's lives and how it changes stuff. So I know I've rambled a lot here. Like I said, there was no way for this to be a smooth and easy and quick video. There was no way for this to just boom. I have to just kind of get it out the way I've got to get it out, because my mind is a bit scattered when it comes to talking about stuff that's emotional and scary. So, anywho, there's that. And yeah, I am gonna be planning on some videos for this week. I've got some ideas, some things that I've been writing down. And thank y'all for everything. And I guess let me pick out a B-roll video to stick to the end of this, since y'all seem to be liking the little B-rolls. And it's so funny because somebody said B-roll, like as in this is A-roll and those are B-rolls, but then now people are writing B-E-A roll, like me. So I was like, oh, y'all are always so clever. I love y'all. But okay, we're gonna do a B-roll, and then I guess I'll just see ya on the next one then. Okay. All right. B-roll coming up now. Bye, y'all. And here we have Exhibit A, rottenness. Mr. Rottenness getting picked up and put on a pillow. And then a dirty toy that he won't let us wash because then he's not interested in chewing the toy anymore. And then the rottenness gets worse because look at this pillow now. A hand as a pillow. A Rico hand as a pillow. And he's saying yes, he will do this. And there was no sound other than my recording because this game was on TV and copyright claims. We're not going there. Little chihuahua butts. Walk, 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 walk. With your little chihuahua butts. You're so cute. Someone over here is trying to keep up, but she's a slow one. She won't let us use a harness on her. She's scared of harnesses. So they've got a good lead on us.